Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host, David Tier, where I've been featuring my personal top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. Today, I'm up to song number 2857, which is I Couldn't Live Without Your Love by Petula Clark. This was released as a single in 1966, and it went top 10 in the USA and I think several other countries as well. She was an international star. I'm gonna talk about her. So here's a picture of Petula Clark. She's had an amazing career. She's still alive. She was born in 1932, so I think she's 91 years old now, and she's had the longest career in entertainment of anyone from Britain. 85 years, it turns out. She started out as a child performer during World War II. 1939, she was first hired, and she had her first hit in England. She was a big star in England way before she became a star in the USA, and I'm just going to go through her hits. So she had several British hits way before she was popular in the USA. Her first British hit was called "The Little Shoemaker." That went to number 7 in the UK. And then that was 1954. 1957, she had "With All My Heart" and "Alone." Those are also both top 10 in England. In 1958, she had um, Baby, what was it called? Baby Love, yeah, Baby Lover. That went to number 12. It was also a hit in France. She had some hits in France and some other, and I think Australia and a few other European countries before she hit in the USA. In 1961, she had Sailor. That was her first number one in the UK. Also went to number two in France. She also had Romeo, which went to number three in the UK and number one in France. And in '62, she had Ya Ya Twist, which was only number 14 in England, but that went to number one in France as well. Her first big international hit was Downtown. I think everybody knows that song. And that was number one in several countries, including the USA, 1965. Only went to number two in England. I was kind of surprised about that. I don't know why it wasn't a bigger hit in England. And then I guess she didn't make it. I mean, her following hits were bigger hits in the USA than in England, I think. She had several other hits in the USA after Downtown. I guess it was right after the British invasion, which kind of makes sense because I guess in America people weren't really that interested in British music until the Beatles and the British invasion. So I guess that's why she started becoming popular in the mid '60s in the USA. Kind of makes sense. But then her other hits in the USA, and later in '65 she had "I Know a Place" that went to number three. She had another number one in '66 called "My Love." And then she had the one I'm featuring today, "I Couldn't Live Without Your Love." That went to number nine. And she also had in '67 she had "This Is My Song." That went to number three in the USA, and that was number one in the UK, by the way. I guess another UK number one. And her last top 10 hit in the USA was "Don't Sleep in the Subway." That went to number five. So she had a lot of big hits, and not only was she an amazing singer, but she also appeared in many movies as well. I've only seen one of them, but her first movie she was in this as a child. It was called Medal for the General. This came out in 1944, and she's the kid in the middle, I think, and she was just like 12 years old, I guess. And then her other big movie. This was actually directed by Francis Ford Coppola. This was called Finian's Rainbow. I did see this one. I saw it years ago. Kind of a strange movie. I think it's kind of a fantasy story. I don't even remember the story, but this kind of interesting to see her in the movies. She was a good-looking woman too. Not only was she a great singer, but I think she was also very pretty. And I think she did an okay acting job in this, even though I don't think the movie was that great. But anyway, that's my profile on "I Couldn't Live Without Your Love" by Petula Clark. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you guys next time.